So as you get older, one of the things, even when math is gone, it's going to be percentages will be there, as I've told you a couple of days ago. Now, this is how it applies the most, is when you estimate percentages. Because you're not going to sit there and when you see, okay, this costs this much, it costs this percent off, I'm going to reach into my phone or go to my wrist and do calculations. No, what you'll probably do is just do a really quick estimation in your head. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the different ways that you can estimate that. There's 3 ways. One of them works really well if you're familiar with division. One of them works really well if you're more comfortable with multiplication. The other one works really well if you're familiar with the concept of percents. So, many times when you're working with percents, an exact answer is not needed. In a case like this, you can estimate. In a case like this, you can estimate. We could estimate, okay, we could estimate the percent of a model that is shaded. Now this spot there, the actual percentage is that 9 of the 20 squares are shaded. Okay, that's a fact. But just by glancing at that, you can see about half of it is shaded, right? So about 10 out of 20, or in fact, about half, because we always want to simplify. Now, there are 3 methods we can use with the percentage. The table shows how to estimate 30% of 657 using each method. So on the chart on page 462 of your textbooks that are, so useful right now, this is the following information that you filled out. I'm just going to read through this so we can get going. Then we'll put it into practice. The fraction method. 33% is about, that's what that squiggly line is. It's not a regular equal sign. It's a squiggly line that's kind of like, yeah, maybe, yeah. Kind of equal, but not quite. Okay? That's approximate. Approximate means not exact. It's approximately 33%, or 1/3, because that's what 33% is. 1/3 of 660. Now, here's the problem. Why do we use 660 there? Wasn't it just showed 657? Why are we able to do that? Jace? Because, yeah, we're rounding. It's an estimate. And on the homework, there's going to be a range of numbers that I will accept. Okay, since we're estimating, we're all going to use different things probably. So 1/3 of 660 is 220. So the answer would be about 220. Okay? It's going to be about 220. Yes, ma'am? Yeah. Yep. It'd be about 220. So you could just do it like this. Mm-hmm. What's that? Yes. We multiplied 1/3 by 660. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or divided 660 by 3. Then we have the 1% method. This is the one that I use all the time in my head. 1% of 660 equals 6.6. My 6th graders today, we talked about going from fractions to decimals and all that good stuff, and also the percentages. Whenever we are getting to 1%, all we need to do is take our number that we have, in this case it's 660, and we're going to take this decimal and go over 2 spots. We're just popping it over. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Okay. So we're just popping it over 2 spots. And 6.6 is about 7. Now this one we're starting to get kind of far away from the, getting far away from where we're going with it. And 6.6 is about 7. Now here's the trick with this one. We found that 1% is about 7. Do you agree? Okay. How do we get 1% to be to 30%? What would we need to do? Yes, multiply it by 30. So what we did is we took the 1% that we found out to be 7, but we need that 1% to be by 30, so we multiplied 7 times 30 to get about 210. Okay, you with me? Hopefully that you guys are just bored but understand it. A little confused. This is that right now we're not eating raw chicken yet. We're going to cook it, then we're going to eat it down here. Okay, we're going to eat it down there. All right. Now this is the one that took like 20 minutes in and of itself to go through. I'm just going to read it, and when we get into the practice, it'll be better. So it says here, the meaning of 30% means 30 out of every 100. Do you agree? 30%, 30 out of every 100? If there were 100 students in this class, and 30 of them were girls and 70 of them were guys, 30% are girls. That's actually the ratio that we have in here almost. Remember that? We did that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah. Yep, only 6 girls, but not Deja, right? Now Deja's here. It's all good. We got more girls. Hey, girl power. What? So, the next one. Yes. The next one. 3. What? For girl power? I don't care.
You're a boy.
So? Strong, powerful, independent woman? Yeah. Sign me up. 3 for every 10. All right, that's it. Tangent over. That was all about the ratio of the class, so it's still associated. Now, so 3 out of every 100, or sorry, 30 out of every 100, that's 30%. And it's 3 out of every 10. I'm going to highlight this. So it's 30 out of every 100, and yeah, it's a little bit different resolution. And 3 for every 10. Now, 657 has how many hundreds in it? 657. How many hundreds are in that number? Yeah. There are 6 of them. Yes, because you can see on the board and you know that. Okay? There are 600 hundreds in 657. And for those of you that already had Spanish this year, that's the same way that you count. There are 600s. Seiscientos. Oh, thank you. That took me back. No, I was saying seis, as in 6, cientos, hundreds, seiscientos. Now, 357 has 6 hundreds. I'm going to highlight that with the same color I did before. Then we have the same, about 6 tens. So as it says in the magenta, Owen, it says in the magenta, there are 30 for every 100. How many hundreds are there? 6. So we did 6 hundreds because there are 30 for every 100.
That looks cool, but it's hard to see.
Moving along. So, who's messing with you right now? Stop. That's it. That's the only time. You got it? Look at me. You got it? We have 6 hundreds. Then there are also 6 tens. There are 6 of the tens, and it says up here, that's also green, 3 for every 10, and 3 for every 10. There's 6 tens, so we go 3 times 6. Just let that cook. Go back and watch it in the vid, whatever. We'll get to that. So we have 30 times 6. We have 3 times 6. It is 180 plus 18, and the answer is about 198. Okay? It's about 198. Now let's put these into practice so you're not just sitting there with those wide-eyed and open-mouthed and confused, and maybe you're just hungry. I don't know. Okay, you're almost home. 22 minutes and you're out of here. So, no, you will pay attention so you can do well on this homework tonight, okay? Oh, you are allowed to use any of those three methods on the homework as long as you have the range of what I'm looking for. I may have already said that, but there, you heard it again. All right. Using the fraction method. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it with the first one, and then you're going to do it, or we're going to do it together in the second one. So the fraction method, 47%. Ooh. 47% is about, there's those squiggly lines again, 50%, and 50% equals 1/2. One half of there, we'll do it my way. 1/2 of 84 equals 42. It's 84 doesn't equal 42. 1/2 of 84 equals 42. It's cold in here? Nice. Good. I know. We got through that this morning. So, there's an easy way and an easier way of doing this next one. There's an easy way and an easier way of doing this next one. Okay? Easier than easy. So, you know, we will do this one because I want to get through this. 28, that's very close to 30. So we could do a couple of things here. Do not write this. Here's what we did this morning in a couple of my classes. We did 33% and we found that it's 120. Okay? That's what we found. This is just to work with. Then we've also done 30. Okay, we've done 30% because 3/10 of 39, the 30s go into it. But let's do something different than the other classes did. How about this? 25%. Well, I'll say 28% is similar to 25%. Then, yep, let's write this down. Yep. 28% is almost 25%. Then 390 is almost 400, isn't it? Oh, yeah. So 25% is equal to 1/4, and 1/4 of 400 equals? What's 1/4 of 400? 100. One-fourth of 400 equals 100. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
For number 1, the answer was 42, but we rounded it down.
No, you don't round the estimate. You've already done your rounding. Yep. Good question. The student asked, when we have our answer, do we round the answer? No, we're just rounding the process and the numbers to get there. Now, using the 1% method. Using the 1% method. Now, what number is this really close to, people?
1,000.
It's really close to 1,000. Do you want to use 996 or 1,000?
1,000.
Okay, me too. So, I'm going to say that that guy is like 1,000. Okay?
How are we supposed to grade on that?
For example, the one I'll say it must be. This would be an example. This is something different. Do not write this. The answer on the homework tonight would be like x has to be greater than 100 but less than 125, that sort of thing. Yeah. Or to write it differently, the answer is going to be 100 to 125, that sort of thing. Okay. Erase. Okay, so 996 is nearly 1,000. 60% of 1,000. Now, what is 1% of 1,000? 1% of 1,000, Max. 10. Exactly, because Max remembered just now that a minute ago we took the decimal point, went doot, doot, like that, over to that spot. So, there, kind of looks, there. 1% of 10,000 is 10, but we're not doing 1%. What are we doing? How many are we finding? Yes? 60. How do we get 1% to be 60%? 10 times 60, exactly. So we have 10, which is our number, times 60. And we get what? 600. Dana? 600. Beautiful. That's my favorite. Next one. Salud. That was a good one. We have 8% of 58. 58 is close to what number, Lainey? 60. So that's going to be like $60. Black. It's black. Salud, otra vez. It's a good one. Was that a contagious sneeze? All right. Now, I could go make 8% something higher, can I? I could make 8% be 10%, but you know what? 8 is a simple number anyway. It's a single digit, so I'm not going to mess with it. So 1% of $60 equals what? Bella, you can talk now. 6. No. Look how many we're doing. This guy went boop, boop. So what I got to do? What do I got to do? 0.6. There you go, bud. 0.6. 0.6. And how do I get 1%? Because I just found out that 1% of 60 equals 6. How do I get 1% of 60 to be 6 or go to 8? Multiply it by what? 8, because I needed to get that 1% to be now 8%. And 0.6 times 8 is 4.8. So 8% of 60, or 8% of 58 is approximately 4.8. Let's check our answers. Let's see how accurate we are with that, just to show you. Okay? 0.08 times 58 equals, boy, we're close. Okay? I'm proving to you guys.
I know, I was just kidding.
No, you're cool. Even if you weren't, it's all good. Estimate using the meaning of percent method, the one that Johanna loves. She was telling me, she looked it up in the book beforehand, and she's like, I love this method. I cannot wait to see how you go at it. Okay? So we have 48% of 120. I'm going to choose a bright, obnoxious yellow. Or green. Can you read that? Can you see that? Okay. Quiet. 48% of 120. Now bear with me with this one. This is the one that's kind of gross. Okay? So we have 48%. 48% means 48 out of every 100. So I'm going to write that. 48 out of, that's too big. You can't read that? Okay, different color. Different color.
Let's do purple. White. No.
Could do white, actually.
Do purple. Purple. Do that blue.
Like a soft purple.
Yeah. Say red. Orange.
So we have 48 for of 100. So 48 for every 100. So we have 48 for every 100. And then we have, we'll do 5. You know what? Do you guys want to just do 50%? Let's do 50%. I didn't do 50% in my other classes, but I'm going to show you how the range can do it. So 50 for every 100. There's 50 for every 100, and then there's 5 for every 10. That's what 50% means. So that's the ratio. 50 for every 100, 5 for every 10, 48% of 120. Okay, that's what's from the part above it. Now this part. We have how many hundreds in the number 120? How many hundreds are in there? Okay, there's just 100. So we have just one. I'm going to point an arrow to it and say 100. And how many are we supposed to do for every 100? We just wrote it on the same line. 50. So for every 100, there's 50. There's this one is 100. So we're going to do 50. So 1 times 50. That's going to equal 50. Okay. Then there's 5 for every 10. How many 10s do we have in this problem, Sam? There's 2 of them. So there's 2. So these are the 10s. There's 2 10s. And as it says down the line here, it says 5. Ew. Sorry. There's 5 for every 10. And this here is how many 10s there are. And to put that elsewhere, 5 here. So we have 10. I'm going to add these two together. I'm going to get 60. And that's going to be what my answer is. So all right, let's do una más, one more guided. It means more. So we have 30% of 425. 30% of 425. Now, we have, like it said above, 30% means 30 for every 100 and 3 for every 10. So 30 for, we need a different color. I'm being so colorful today. 34 every hundo. 3 for every 10, because that's what 100% is. Now, for 30 for every 100, how many 100s do we have in this number? How many hundreds, Raven? There are 4 hundreds. How many 10s do we have? 2, about 2, right? Do you want to just do 2.5? Let's do 2.5. Let's see how accurate we can get this estimate. So we have 4 hundreds. And this says there we need to do 30. We have 2.5 10s, which is just 3. And where am I getting these? This number is going here. And then playing with watches, making it beep and distracting me. Then we have 30 for every 100. That goes there. That's just putting those into different ways. Now we have the very difficult question of 4 times 30 is? Yes. 120. Beautiful. Good job. That was quick. Then 2.5. Ooh, 2.5 times 3. Harrison. 7.5. Beautiful. All you need to do is just remove that decimal. 25 times 3 is 75. Put the decimal back in it. Boom. 7.5. Now am I done? No, I'm going to add them up. I'm going to add those up. So I'm going to do 120.0 plus 7.5, and I'm going to get 127.5. 127.5. 127.5. Let's circle that. So to just test it out and show you how accurate we were, I'm going to do 425, 13. Whoa. There. What? Why was it exact? Did we change anything? What did we change? No, we didn't change anything. We didn't change anything at all. Yeah. No, we didn't change anything. Now, as I'm passing out the homework, this is what I want you to do. I would like you to do numbers 1 through 4. You're going to do You're going to do numbers 1 through 4, and I will tell you this much. Logic will answer the first 3 possibly, but the last one you're going to have to choose one of the methods. Okay? Logic should show you what you would do. So you do that. I'm going to pass out the homework, and I'll leave the video going, but I'm going to mute the mic. Yes, you may get a drink, and that'll be my sign-off. You may get a drink. I'm just kidding. You have to hear my voice a little bit more. So, logic. Let's talk about the logic of this, okay? Because we have multiple choice answers here, you really don't need to do much, okay? I'm just being honest with you. Smarter, not harder. Yes? Yes, you can choose on the homework. You can choose whatever you want, but I want you looking up here right now, not the homework. Okay? With this one, 39% of 300. Now, 39% is going to be between 25%, but it's also going to be close-ish to 50%, okay? What is close-ish to 50% of 300? What's the closest one? Yeah. 120, that's it. Okay? Then this one here, that is super close to 50%. What's close to 50% is 605. Yeah. 300. Okay, then this one, 129%. What is just 25% more than 400? Your water bottle's here after school. Pick it up in the main office. What's just more than, well, what's 25%? Shush. What's 25% of 400? Yeah. 100. What's 100 more than 100%? 500. Beautiful. Bam. Now then there's this one. This one we threw in there to be a little tricky. 1/3% is not 33%. 1/3% is 0.33%. 0.33%. So I'm going to say that it's almost 1%, and 1% of 240 equals 2.4, and which one is the closest to 2.4? A. Okay. Good. So your homework, you do have to do all of them. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being so attentive today. Yeah, and also being here. I wouldn't be here without you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and not make comments below because I turn them off. Johanna was here.